So, what I want to talk about today is the idea that no holiday is pagan, despite what people like to lie to you about. No holiday, that means Christmas, Easter, even Halloween, the ones that the fundamentalists will go crazy about. Every Christian should be celebrating Halloween and reclaiming it from death and darkness. That is the Christian way. Valentine's Day, absolutely none of them are pagan. So, where do these ideas come from? So, let's go through this. So basically, most of these ideas come from neo-pagans who want to spread their ideology. So basically, it comes from neo-pagans and also fundamentalist preachers who have no experience whatsoever in scholarly works or in any formal education, biblically or scholarly. So basically, there's absolutely no authority behind these ideas. So neo-pagans want to spread the idea that these holidays are pagan because it makes them more credible and subverts Christianity. And then fundamentalist preachers want to dismiss these because nothing fun is allowed in fundamentalism, lol. So, in fundamentalism, you have to be scared of everything for no reason. So let's go through this. So, Christmas. Trees, let's go for that first. So these came about because of in the like 1500s or 1000s, something like that. In the winter, the cultures would put on in German things called mystery plays during the winter, and they would recount biblical stories. And one of these stories was Adam and Eve. Whoa! So they brought in a tree, and they would hang an apple on it and act out the play. But the thing is that trees lose all their leaves during winter. So what are you gonna do? So they brought in an evergreen tree. And so that's why we have evergreen pine trees as Christmas trees, and then we hang stuff on them, just like the apple was representing the fruit of tree of good and evil in the Adam and Eve plays. So the apple would then evolve to more complex objects relating to Christianity until eventually they become ornaments and Christmas tree. Second is holly. So holly, people say holly's pagan. I don't know why. It's something to do with Ishtar, I think. I don't remember. But in reality, it's just because it's a pretty plant. And back in the old time when everyone was broke and stuff, when there's pretty plants, you chop them up and then you take them inside and hang them everywhere. That's just what they did, because people were making the modern day equivalent of like $1 a day. So like, you can't be buying decorations on that wage, you know? So let's see. Then let's talk about Easter. So Easter, the reason why people say it's pagan is because it is named after its name. They say that the name Easter is pagan. So that's because man, I can't speak. So let's go after the talk about the history of the name of Easter. So Easter comes from the Irish word for the month Oester. And so Oester was a month named after the pagan god Oester, same name. But that does not make Easter pagan whatsoever. The month has nothing to do with the practices of the holiday it's named after. Just like we have January. January is named after like Januarius or something like that, which was like the Roman pagan idol of doors and new beginnings or something like that. I don't remember. And then we have Thursday, which is really just Thor's Day. It's not like if I were to do something on Thursday that suddenly means I'm doing it for Thor or whatever, I'm like now a pagan. No, that's absolutely stupid. So yeah, Easter was the one spread by fundamentalists, I believe. Also, they talked about like a Babylonian trinity between Ishtar and like Cupid and Baal, or something like that, which is completely unsustained by any evidence whatsoever. Let's go on. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is not pagan whatsoever because, the only reason why people say it's pagan is because it's like in the same month or like 2 days away, something like that, 5 days away of a pagan month, pagan day, holiday. But the thing about pagan holidays is that there are literally thousands of them. Like, I don't know, the likelihood that today, the day I'm recording on, is a pagan holiday is pretty high. So saying that just because something falls on the same day suddenly makes it a pagan holiday is absolutely silly. There's no basis whatsoever to believe that. And then finally, the one you've been waiting for, Halloween, the one that's most hated by fundamentalists. Let's get into it. So Halloween was originally a Catholic holiday, Catholic pagan. It was the reason why it's called Halloween is because it's Hallows Eve, and Hallows is the Old English word for holies, and Eve means the day before, just like evening. So it's the day before holies. And so what that means is that in the Catholic Church, there was and there is this tradition, I believe, where there was this idea that during All Saint, the day after all. Okay, so there's Halloween, which means holies, the day of holies. Then the day after that is All Saints Day, which I guess would, in Old English, would be something like All Hallows Day. And then the day after that would be basically everybody's day. So what this is referring to is that they thought that the saints would rise up from the dead, and spiritually on All Hallows Day, and like, I don't know what they would do. Like, I don't know, maybe give blessings or guidance. I don't know. I'm kind of just assuming. And then the day after that, all the normal people would rise up. Okay. So, but to claim anti-Christians, anti-theists, people who hate God, like to claim that it's actually stolen from the British holiday of Samhain. But that's completely unsubstantiated by any evidence whatsoever. Halloween came out of the Mediterranean originally. So Samhain, but the thing is that Samhain isn't even pagan either. So they say it's a pagan holiday. It was in a pagan culture, that's true, but it's not a pagan holiday. It was just a time of year in fall before frost started. So it'd be like saying that, oh, springtime, that's pagan. Do you clean your house during that time? So it's pagan. You do a ritual of cleaning your house. It's like, no, it's just like a kind of a thing to clean your house in the spring to, like, I don't know, make it prepared for the new seasons, I guess. It's not pagan. And so it's the same way with Halloween. People would kill all their oh wait, I can't say kill. People would make chalk outlines of their animals. So people would make chalk outlines of their animals, and so that they could store them over the winter and eat them throughout the winter. Because for anyone who has animals, you know how hard it is, and would be 10 times, 20 times harder in the past to feed them, because all the grass dies. You can't feed your animals. They're getting leaner, and you need to eat. So they just had this tradition around the world to make chalk lines out of your animals before winter came, so that you could survive and your animals didn't starve either. So that's all the religions, all the holidays. Oh wait, one thing I want to say about Halloween. Celebrate Halloween, reclaim it from paganism, because the more we cede power to paganism, the more powerful they become. What you need to do, need Halloween, but do it so in a way that brings it back to its Christian origins. Do something that celebrates Christ. Celebrate like righteous acts, just like saints did. You know, make it Christian. Just because it has over time become a celebration of dark things and chalk lines. I can't say word without being demonetized, which is silly. But yeah, celebrate it. Just make people stop associating it with evil, you know? Anyways, goodbye.